Today on Public Eye News, the latest after a home explosion in Iron River, and later a recap of a Super Bowl to remember for Chiefs fans and Swifties alike.
Our very own Jackson Spencer will have a look at a cloudy weekend, and Austin Graham will have your Public Eye Sports breakdown later on. I'm Avis Sahoyan.
And I'm Luke Middle, and this is Public Eye News. Over half of all migratory species are in decline and at risk of extinction, according to the first ever State of the World's Migratory Species Report. According to the landmark report by the United Nations, 44% of species showed a decline in population, while 22% are facing the possibility of extinction. In addition, 97% of all fish studied are at the risk of extinction. This report is the first of its kind, as no other organization has compiled a full comprehensive assessment of migratory species. The main focus is to bring awareness to nearly 1,200 species that the conservation of migratory species recognizes as needing international protection. And Republican candidate Mike Gallagher has announced that he will not be running for a fifth term for the 8th Congressional District in Wisconsin. The move comes after Gallagher refused to impeach Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas, a decision that angered many Republicans and quite a bit of Gallagher's supporters. Just after, former State Senator Roger Roth announced his candidacy and endorsed Donald Trump simultaneously. Candidates have until June 1st to announce their candidacy. The 8th District will now be a battleground, as the Democratic Party will look to steal the district to gain a majority in the House. However, the race will change if the Wisconsin Supreme Court agrees to a redistricting lawsuit that would limit congressional boundary lines. The lawsuit would require any new district lines to be set by March 15th.
And on April 30th, 1940, bulk carrier SS Arlington took on water during a storm and sank 650 feet down to the floor of Lake Superior, along with the ship's captain, Frederick Burke. The Great Lakes Historical Society announced today that the wreck of the Arlington has been rediscovered 35 miles north of the Keweenaw Peninsula. The recovery of this vessel would not have been possible without the work of shipwreck researcher Dan Fountain. Fountain, a resident of Negaunee, reached out to GLHS to help identify a potential wreck anomaly he found using remote sensing data. In 2023, Fountain and members of the GLHS Marine Operations towed a marine technology sonar over the anomaly and recognized it as a shipwreck. ROV dives that followed the discovery confirmed the identification of the Arlington. Fountain expressed excitement about the discovery of this vessel and hopes that his work can provide some measure of closure to Captain Burke's family. And the Iron River City Police Department reported a home explosion in the city of Iron River on February 10th at approximately 10:15 p.m. The Iron River Police Department was assisted by several other surrounding local and state law enforcement agencies during the event and are continuing investigation. It has been confirmed that one male subject was found deceased from the explosion, whose name is currently being withheld. The Iron River City Police Department has requested that the public stay behind barricaded areas to allow first responders and law enforcement to investigate the scene. The American Red Cross has been in contact with the affected family and has provided for their immediate needs, according to Iron County Central Dispatch. And an unprecedented winter of warmth is something we can relate to in the UP. For our neighbors in St. Paul, the lack of snow didn't stop hundreds from enjoying some of the only snow you'll find in the city. WCCO's Yuba Ali shows us how the Capitol went heavy metal today, and how the next big winter event is dealing with our weird winter.
Oh, scary.
On the steps of the Capitol,
Switch back to 70.
There was a different agenda on the docket as hundreds of people watched Top Street snowboarders fly high for the Red Bull Heavy Metal Snowboarding Competition.
Feels like winter, finally. This is so much fun for us.
After months of canceled winter activities,
Oh, it's been tough.
from poor ice conditions to melting ice castles. So what has this winter been like for you?
Boring, because there's no snow.
It's safe to say Minnesotans like Annika Kephart are looking for one thing.
We're hoping it starts to snow soon.
But since it's not falling from the sky,
there's just not snow, and then you pull up to this event and we got all this snow. Who knows where it's from, you know?
Event organizers are getting creative, hauling in snow from Buck Hill to ensure the competition wasn't canceled. An answered prayer for Ben Mertz and his buddies.
I think this event is what made me a Minnesotan. This pushed me over the edge.
That excitement continues as a world-class ski event gets underway at Theo Worth Regional Park. Saturday, crews were hard at work maintaining what little man-made snow they have left before the Low Pit Cup. They're hoping our warm winter doesn't leave another event feeling the heat to cancel. Uba Ali, WCCO News.
Now don't touch that dial. Jackson Spencer will be right back with your weekend weather forecast and taking a look at the clouds right after this break.
We cover all the angles. We report the facts. We find clarity. PBS is here, delivering the credible, reliable, thoughtful election coverage you need to make informed decisions. PBS, your trusted election source.
Welcome back. I'm Jackson Spencer, here to bring your weather today. And looking at the roof cam, it's looking a little snowy, finally. We're getting the snowy wished for this winter. Moving on to the map. In Houghton, it is 32 and cloudy. Ironwood, 28 and cloudy. Iron Mountain, 36 and cloudy. Just a bit cloudy over on that side. In Menominee, 41 and sunny. And then moving on to Escanaba, it is 38 and cloudy. Manistee, 34 and cloudy. Sault Ste. Marie, 29 and cloudy. And in our lovely Marquette, 32 and snowy. Into current conditions, the winds at north-northwest, 11 miles per hour. The barometric pressure, 29.80 inches and falling. Tonight, the low is going to be 24 degrees with winds at north-northwest at 14 miles per hour. And then tomorrow, it's going to be cloudy with a high of 27, low of 19 with winds north at 15 miles per hour. Looking ahead this week, Wednesday, it's going to be partly cloudy with a high of 37, low of 28. Thursday, Friday, very cloudy with Thursday, high of 30, low of 17. Friday, high of 20 and low of 13. And that's all the weather I have for you today. Back to the news desk.
Thank you for that weather update, Jackson. Those of us who are a bit more outdoorsy are certainly enjoying these conditions right now. Jumping back into some more national news, the identity of the woman who opened fire in Joel Osteen's megachurch is unclear, as are her motives. Only 2 were injured before 2 off-duty police officers shot and killed the woman. As of now, authorities have not revealed the identity of the woman. The shooting occurred at 2 p.m. on Sunday at Lakewood Church in Houston, one of the largest megachurches in the United States. Houston Police Chief Troy Finner described the woman entering with a backpack and a long rifle, along with a 5-year-old who was later shot in the attack and taken to the hospital in critical condition. The other victim was a 57-year-old man who was wounded in his hip. Osteen, who has served as pastor since 1999, stated that the violence could have been much worse as the late Sunday morning service was much larger. And the annual Puppy Bowl celebrated its 20th anniversary of the game last night and inducted 4 former Puppy players into the all-new Puppy Bowl Hall of Fame. The Puppy Bowl made its debut in 2005 as counter-programming to the Super Bowl. Last year, the game reached 13.2 million viewers, the largest count in 5 years. The game also uses dogs from shelters as their slogan, Adopt, Don't Shop, encourages viewers to visit their local shelters. According to the ASPCA, around 390,000 dogs from shelters are euthanized every year, and 2 million are adopted. 51,000 dogs were euthanized from January to July 2023 in Michigan, according to data reported to the SAC. The game ended in a narrow victory for Team Fluff, with a pup named Chorizo scoring the game-winning touchdown in a Bow Wow Bowl to remember. Concerns over President Joe Biden's age are growing even among Democratic voters following a Justice Department report this week, which cleared him of wrongdoing in his handling of classified documents, but raised questions about his mental acuity. CBS's Christian Benavidez reports.
President Joe Biden in Delaware this weekend as Democratic voters express growing concern over the perception he may be too old to hold the job.
I wish we were running somebody else.
Horribly disappointing that we can't get younger candidates.
All on the heels of that Justice Department report by Republican Special Counsel Robert Hur, describing Biden as a well-meaning elderly man with a poor memory. First Lady Jill Biden in an email to donors writing, he's 81, doing more in an hour than most people do in a day. Joe has wisdom, empathy, and vision.
Is there a problem here?
There's not a problem. This president is going to be able to sell a record that is extraordinary. Unemployment at record lows, factory construction booming, crime down, inflation under control.
And then he turns around.
Mr. Biden's likely rival, former President Donald Trump, who's faced his own questions over memory problems, has used the report to attack Biden.
The special counsel's report tries to let Biden off by claiming that he is too mentally incompetent to convict at a trial. Not going to charge him with a crime, but it's okay for him to become commander-in-chief. Think of that one.
We have to face the reality of the fact that when you get to those ages, you get diminished.
GOP presidential longshot Nikki Haley has taken jabs at both Biden and Trump over their mental acuity this weekend. Cristian Benavides, CBS News.
And wait right there. After this short break, Austin will have a look at NMU skiing, Elise Wolfrath, and Taylor Swift in your Public Eye Sports Breakdown.
The Black preaching tradition is deeply connected to gospel music. Our singers preach and our preachers sing.
God, we ask that you reinvigorate somebody.
You feel it deep down in your soul. It makes you want to shout. It makes you want to sing.
That's beautiful.
Welcome back to Public Eye News. I'm Austin Graham, and this is your Public Eye Sports Report. Kicking things off with the NFL, the Kansas City Chiefs have gone back-to-back Super Bowl champs, defeating the San Francisco 49ers in Allegiant Stadium last night, 25-22 in overtime. Travis Kelce has officially put a ring on it. The scoring started in the second quarter with the Niners going up by 10 before the Chiefs answered with a field goal by Harrison Butker. The Chiefs claimed their first lead of the game late in the third quarter by scoring 10 unanswered points. Both teams ended up kicking field goals for the remainder of regulation before sending things to overtime. The 49ers couldn't stop Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, which led to a game-winning touchdown pass to Mecole Hardman. Mahomes was named the game's MVP for the third time in his career and is the first back-to-back Super Bowl MVP since Terry Bradshaw in 1979 and 1980. Jumping over to track and field, NMU standout Elise Wolfrath has become one of the top 10 hurdlers in the country. This comes after she clocked an impressive 8-minute and 52-second 60-meter hurdle time over the weekend at the Maverick Premier hosted by Minnesota State. The performance also set a new record for NMU track and field and improved Wolfrath's provisional mark in the NCAA. In total, the Wildcats put up 68.5 points at the Maverick Premier, taking third place out of 14 other schools. And over on the ski hill, the NMU men's Nordic team won the CCSA championship over the weekend, with Christopher Karsrud and Luke Fricker earning the top two spots in the 20-kilometer classic. Karsrud took gold with a finishing time of 56 minutes and 50.9 seconds, while Fricker took the silver medal with a time of 56 minutes and 52.2 seconds. Up next for the Wildcats are the NCAA Central Regional Championships on February 24th and 25th, which will be held in Houghton. And that's all I have for sports today. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you so much for that sports update, Austin. Did you happen to catch the Super Bowl last night?
I didn't, no, but I'm thinking I should have. It looks like it was a pretty good game.
It was a very good game. I understand you have one more story for us today.
I do, yeah. Taking it back to Marquette. A look at the full itinerary for NMU's second annual Innovation Week has been released. Tickets are still available for the conference and will be on sale February 21st to 23rd at Forrest Roberts Theater or are now available online. This year's Innovation Week will continue to highlight Marquette as an innovation center, as well as hosting various keynote speakers, interactive events with local businesses, and a brand new two-part live pitch competition. More information about the event can be found at www.innovation-week.org.
Unfortunately, that is all the time we have for today. I'm Luke Niddle.
And I'm Avis Sahoyan.
And we'll see you tomorrow.
The preceding program was produced by WNMU-TV, Northern Michigan University Public Television, in studios located in Elizabeth and Edgar Hardin Hall.
Thanks for watching Public Eye News. You can subscribe to our YouTube, tune in to WNMU Channel 13 every weekday at 4, or follow our Instagram at NMU Penn to never miss a story.